My word, what are you doing down there? Any chance you've got you will take to try and get a suntan. Anyway, this morning I'm here early, so around about 8 AM. The sun is not come round yet, but it's still very warm. I'm going to take you with me for a walk this morning down towards Fanabe and Playa La Duque. As I say, it's still very warm. There are people at the back of me doing their boot camp early this morning on this beach at Playa La Pinta. But as I say, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to take you with me for this early morning walk. Enjoy. You don't want to miss
this.
So as you can see, as we leave behind Playa La Pinta and Playa La Pinta Beach, we've got Fanabe, and as I said, on this walk this morning, I'm going to take you round the coastline, and we will take it as far as I feel comfortable this morning. I went on quite a long walk yesterday evening with the family. We took in a meal down here in a restaurant that we enjoy going to. But as I say, we're going to walk round Fanabe up to Del Duque, and obviously the further you go, you've got the likes of Calisavac up there. The Hard Rock is up there as well, situated, for those of you who are familiar with the island. Or just out of interest, the further you go up this way, you've got some really interesting hotels, lots of 5-star luxury hotels up this end. I'll try and show you some of them as we walk this morning. It's very warm this morning. You can just see above me now, the clouds are clearing. The sun will obviously come out this way around as the day unfolds. I'm not taking a look at the weather forecast. Even Boxing Day and the day after, when we had the climber in, it was still very warm, and we still had clear parts of the day, even though it was a bit murky. And on the odd day we had some rain, obviously. Still very, very nice. Anyway, I'm taking you down this little walkway here now. At the side of me, you've got beach volleyball, if you're interested. Little dog at the back of me here, scampering around, enjoying himself on the beach this morning. You got the beach bar. This was closed, by the way. It's of a point of interest. Last time we walked past here, they completely cleared the area, but they've made a really good job of it. It did need updating a little bit, and they've certainly done that. Some nice tables, again, really nice area for you to sit, have a drink, be it a soft drink or an alcoholic beverage, whatever tickles your fancy whilst you're on holiday. And then you've got the sunbeds, which will be attached to the actual bar. So if you purchase a drink from there, they will allow you to sit here and use the sunbeds. That's the way it used to be anyway. I'm not overly sure. I've not been down this end during our visit this time. And obviously you've got the tables there with the umbrellas to cover you as well, protect you from the extremely strong rays that come through, obviously, on the island. Okay, so I'm just walking at the side of Playa Traviscus Beach. Very quiet here this morning. There are people out walking the dogs and having a jog and a walk, such as myself, earlier this morning. And again, it's lovely to see people out and about. It's very warm. Still a breeze in the air this morning as the climber starting to lift. And just the sound of the sea coming in. Such a nice feeling in the morning. Again, I can't recommend it any more highly, coming out early morning and taking a walk around the island before everybody wakes up. The restaurants here on the front line, again, are fantastic. Lots of obviously seafood restaurants, steak restaurants that you can come and try out. Me and Mrs. G and the children were here yesterday evening at the Loch Ness. Again, highly recommended restaurant. I'll put a little video together and show you the food that we had in there yesterday evening. And there's a vlog on there that I did over the summer. So take a look back. Highly recommended restaurant. Fantastic owners in there. Really look after you. Give you lots of extra attention, should we say. And they do remember you, which is absolutely fantastic. I think that says an awful lot about any establishment, but in particular a restaurant here on a foreign island, for the owners to remember you, regardless of how many times you've been in there, is for me fantastic. So as I say, you've got loads of restaurants here to choose from. You can just make out the sun coming through there now. Usually around about 10:30, 11 o'clock, the sky tends to clear and the sun comes out to play. Again, every day since we've been here has been glorious in my opinion, even the days where it's been a little bit overcast. It's still been very warm and there has been spells of sunshine, but literally every single day that we have been here, bar one or two, it's been absolutely glorious. Clear blue skies, late 20s the vast majority of the days. There we go, Playa Fanabe. Boats there with the slides on if you've got children, or if you're just adults who want to go out and have fun as well, you can hire them out. Lots of excursion companies here on the island for water sports, as I keep mentioning. Now this is a place that I've not got round to trying, and every time we walk past, the gentleman on the front who's been working there for years, as he did yesterday evening, stop me, when are we going to come in and try it? Rossini, who's been here? If you've been here, drop me a message down below. What's it like? I am going to come with the family. Me and Mrs. G, JT, Ali and Maya, and we're going to come and try it out. I'd be interested to find out what is Rossini's like. So as I say, a lot of these hotels around here now, as you can see, whilst up in Los Cristianos, Las Americas, the vast majority of hotels around there tend to be 3, 4 stars on average. Obviously you'll get some higher star rating, or rated hotel should I say, but in general, the further you come down this way, you tend to find a lot of the 5-star hotels are situated a little bit more further along the coastline. But I'm led to believe the facilities are very, very good and of a extremely high standard. You will, of course, pay more, not only for your visit, but in way of purchasing anything along this particular section of the island. The restaurants, price wise, will be pricier, as I'm sure you would understand. Very, very nice. See the palm trees here blowing away, still very windy, but I've been walking for quite some time this morning. I'd already done 15-20 minutes of a walk before I started recording this morning. So I've got a bit of a sweat on now, which is fine by me. Absolutely love it. But as I say, these hotels here now, yeah, very nice. Got all the sun lounges, fantastic views. A lot of them will be all inclusive or half board, and as I say, it just becomes a little bit more of an attraction for a certain clientele, should we say, around this particular part of the island, in my opinion. Your opinion may differ than mine. If so, drop me a message. Have you stayed here? Did you get a good deal? Did you find it expensive? I've been coming here for many, many years. As you are aware, those of you who watch the channel regular. And for me, I just feel as though you get better value around Los Cristianos, Las Americas, Costa Rica area. As I say, if you start to walk further along this front line, it was a little bit quieter, in my opinion. A little bit more relaxed, if that's kind of the holiday that you're looking for, which, don't get me wrong, many people are. I mean, I think a lot of people that come to this island are looking for a relaxed experience. But again, I just think these hotels around here, without rabbiting on too much and boring you, just think they're trying to attract the all-inclusive 5-star clientele who predominantly will stay in or make use of the restaurants that are adjacent to the actual facilities here, or the hotels that the people who are staying within, the holiday makers who are staying in the actual hotels, will make use of the area in close proximity to the actual hotel, which is this area. You see there, pounding the rocks, the cliff edges, the cliff faces here. So as I say, at the back of me here now, it says Playa del Duque Luxury Shopping Centre. Might just be able to make that out. And all the steps here, Playa del Duque. As I say, everything's branded around here as luxury, 5-star, high-end restaurants. Again, I know many friends and family members that have been around here over the years. For meals, you will pay a certain price tag if you're coming around here for a meal. But from what I'm led to believe, the quality of the food that's presented to you, again, is very high-end. Some very good chefs that are situated and work within these particular restaurants around this particular area. It's always a tough one for me and Mrs. G, pure and simply because we've got 3 young children. JT's now 12. So for many years we've been kind of restricted a little bit to getting around to this side of the island in the evening. Just look at the view at the back of me. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? Again, it's very windy, but the sun is coming through now at the back of me. It's been quite bizarre seeing snow up on Teide, but again, I'm used to that now. Lots of the time when we're flying, this time of the year, you can see the snow up there. But they've had a downfall of snow recently when the climate set in on Boxing Day. So when you see the images in the videos that are being put out, quite thick snow up there, and then you look up and you see it, and then you're walking, for example, as I'm this morning now, and it's 25 degrees. It's very strange, as I'm sure you would imagine. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. The restaurant here, Restaurant La Hacienda. Quick view of the menu. Pause it at your leisure, take a look. Looks very nice. You can hear them moving early this morning, tidying up, getting ready for the customers to arrive. Lots of these will open up for dinner time and after dinner. As I say, lots of the hotels around here will be all inclusive as well. So you'll tend to find a lot of people that are staying here, that are holiday making, or should I say that are holiday makers here, will be having breakfast in their hotels. But again, lots of these restaurants around here will be for the people that are using the hotels. Again, if you're staying in Los Cristianos and even Las Americas and you've got young families, for example, it can be hard to make your way around here just because of the walk that's attached to it. Obviously you can make your way up onto the road, which is just at the back of the hotels. Flag a taxi down. I just think lots of people find it easy to stay around Los Cristianos and Las Americas. I know this, by the way, this area attracts quite a lot of celebrities as well. There we go, let's give you a little peek. All sunbeds there with the towels. Again, very like Moroccan, French kind of feel, isn't it? Obviously very Spanish as well. Before anybody jumps in there and says it's got that Spanish look, of course it has. But they take from lots of different designs into the buildings, the way that they are visually presented, and how attractive they are. Which they are, they're very visually appealing, aren't they? Very attractive on the eye and very popular for holiday makers. A Canto restaurant. Now this restaurant up on the corner, which I'm going to show you, La Torre del Mirador, which we refer to as Twinkly Lights, again is extremely high-end restaurant that comes highly recommended from me and the family. It's a fantastic restaurant. So here it is on the corner, La Torre del Mirador. Give that a try. Everybody that comes to this restaurant speaks highly of it, as they do with the vast majority of these restaurants. There we go. And we call it Twinkly Lights because they have the twinkly lights on in the evening. So some people do refer to it as the Twinkly Lights restaurant. We most certainly do. Just show you very quickly the menu. Again, pause it at your leisure and have a little look. That's the English menu. I'm sure if you're not English, you'll be able to translate it. Just look at this view. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? All these people out having an early morning jog as well. There we go, La Torre del Mirador. Absolutely beautiful. Just look at that. Look at the feel and the ambience in there already. So early on, very quiet. Very Spanish looking, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. And then the view whilst you sat there having your meal. Nice glass of wine, a beer, or a soft drink. Eating your steak, or whatever dish you choose, a fish dish maybe. Some nice little bungalows up the top here. Got a lovely view, haven't they? Little holiday bungalows. Whether they're residential or not, I'm not overly sure. Potentially. So look around the coastline there now. Okay, so I'll turn the camera around. You can have a little look at me for a few minutes now as I continue to walk. As I say, it's always nice to have a little look at the back of me and see all the people out jogging and on their daily walk. And by the way, I do apologise if I look like I'm limping ever so slightly. Again, for those of you who are new to the channel, I did have surgery on my knee prior to the summer period. And whilst I'm around about 90% there, going down steps and down hills, I still just got to be careful. A little bit wobbly on my feet, no pain whatsoever. But again, if I look like I'm hobbling ever so slightly as I'm walking, my apologies. I do try my best to keep the gimbal, and by the way, it's quite windy, as straight as I possibly can for your viewing. But again, just do a 360 turn. Show you all the way around. Look at that. Just imagine yourself here this morning. Out for your walk, good hour or two, head back, have some breakfast and get around the pool or the beach. Or whatever you prefer to do when you're holiday making. Just wow. Again, another little beach bar here, Altamira, chill out bar. Crocodile, elephant, tortoise sculptures here at the back of me. Again, just picture yourself there now, or imagine yourself there, pitching up, sitting there, ice cold beer, nice glass of wine, sangria. Again, this is the side of some of the luxury hotels here on the island. You can just hear some building work going on, drilling away. There we go, just look at this. Water slides there. Nice pool. Children coming out with their parents now, ready for the day. They're all having the breakfast over the far side, I can see. Just see everybody out over the far side there now, having their breakfasts. As I say, a lot of these hotels here now are in this side of the island, as here in lots of parts of the island now are all inclusive, half board, bed and breakfast offerings. This hotel looks absolutely lovely, it really does. Pristine, really well kept. Look at that little mini water park for the children with the slides. So there we go, it's actually called the H10 Costa Adeje Palace. For those of you who are interested, it looks lovely. It really does. Very well kept. See the lift coming down now with people going for breakfast. As I say, look at the little mini water park here for the children. The facilities are exceptional. And it is actually a 4-star. It looks a 5-star, doesn't it? Just to look at it visually. Very appealing. Really nice. But just look at this point here now. We're brought you to. Again, little seating area. You'll find many of these seating areas around the coastline that you can sit down and have a minute. So this area of the island has developed massively over the years since me and Mrs. G first started to come as a couple to the island, and we used to take a walk down this front line here, down the beach. I think the word barren comes to mind at one point, but again we could see that it was very much at a position of where it was starting to be developed. So it's lovely to see. These hotels are absolutely fantastic. I'm going to leave this walk here this morning. I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care for now wherever you are in the world. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that little bell for future notification. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything to do so, and it means an awful lot to me, JT, Mrs. G, and the rest of the family. By the way, I'm just coming in now. It's 9:30 a.m. in the morning. We set off at 8 a.m. Just look at the difference at the back of me now. The sun is through, the cloud is dispersing, and the blue skies are revealing themselves again. It looks set to be a glorious day ahead here on this stunning island of Tenerife. I just wanted to jump back in and just to show you the difference